One of the first things you notice when arriving in Auckland is that all of the signs at the airport, all of the announcements are in te reo, which is the language of New Zealand's Indigenous Maori, as well as in English. And as you go around the city, you notice that place names are Maori, or if they are European place names, they've also often got the Maori name alongside them. There's Maori art and design all over the place. And this gives the Maori a prominence and a stake in the nation that I think is pretty unique in European-colonised nations for Indigenous peoples. And it's all part of what makes New Zealand quite a unique place, this sort of biculturalism with its colonial settler culture as well as the Indigenous culture, both having prominence in society. And whilst I'm here on this trip, I'm going to be exploring that story and how visitors can learn a bit more about it. We're driving up to Whangarei and then Waitangi in Northland. Northland's that little bit of New Zealand that sticks up to the northwest between the Tasman Sea on the west and the Pacific Ocean on the east. This amazing building is the Hundertwasser Art Gallery in Whangarei, Northland. And Hundertwasser was an Austrian artist. He settled here in 1975, eventually took on New Zealand citizenship. And he really admired New Zealand for a couple of reasons. He really admired the bicultural nature, the fact that the Maori had a stake in society here in New Zealand. And part of that synergy between Maori and European Pakeha is in the design of the building. This is a po, which you will find as the sort of spine in Maori buildings. The sperm whales, the Sky Father, the Earth Mother, all represented in this carving, which is an integral part of this building, designed by a European, Hundertwasser. Well, down there behind me is the town of Russell, which was one of the first European settlements here in New Zealand. And when it was first founded, it didn't have any governance. It became known as the hellhole of the Pacific for the amount of crime and prostitution, brigandry, murder that happened as a product of that place. And in the Bay of Islands, the Maori chiefs who lived around here came together in 1835 and created a confederation which was recognised by the British Crown. They were concerned with what was going on down here, and that and several other things, including rights to trade, led to the Treaty of Waitangi, which was signed over there on the other side of the bay from Russell. These are the Waitangi Treaty grounds, and in 1840 a treaty was signed here between the British Crown and a confederation of Maori chiefs.
Kia ora everybody, my name is Mukai Hura and welcome to the Waitangi Treaty grounds.
So why is this an important place?
This is an important place because this is where our documents were signed up here by the chiefs of the Bay of Islands, the Declaration of Independence in October 1835 and the Treaty of Waitangi in 1840, where the Confederated Chiefs and the Crown gathered to discuss whether or not sign that document, and it becomes part of our heritage here in New Zealand. And also our New Zealand first flag was chosen here in 1834, and that's it going up there on that flag station.
The treaty had two versions, the English version and then the version in te reo Maori, which was signed by the Maori chiefs. And the two documents say slightly different things, and this has led to a sort of contest between how much sovereignty and rights for land were given over to the British Crown. And it's a debate and legal wrangling that still continues to this day. But it did really establish New Zealand as a nation. It established the foundation of the biculturalism and partnership that really is a marker of modern New Zealand. And it's what gave New Zealand's Indigenous people, the Maori, a stake in a nation, which is quite unlike what has been put upon Indigenous peoples in other British colonised nations. Now, it is still contested and there's still problems as a product of the two different languages of that treaty. But yeah, this is where New Zealand as a modern nation started.